incredible job. It's as a business person, I study business people, and that's a perfect one to study. It should be almost mandatory reading. So I want to congratulate you on that, and thank you for the idea, because you're the first one that really brought this to my attention. I know that you and your friends have been talking about it for a long time, but other presidents didn't get it done, Michael, right? So we got it done. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Sure. I want to also give some recognition to my friend Brad Gerstner, who helped get us all organized and
that's right.
And actually
thank you very much. Good, Brad.
Spearheaded this.
Good. And also we have with us a very powerful man in the world of business, CEO David Solomon of Goldman Sachs. David, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me
Long-time
here
friend.
today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi. Where is Khosrowshahi?
Right here.
Where? Thank you very much. That's a hell of a name, but you've done a hell of a job. So that's appropriate. And also, again, Chairman Smith for doing such a job. Nobody knows taxes better than Chairman Smith. When we have a problem, Mike, we go to see Chairman Smith, right? So I want to thank you very much, Dara and Chairman Smith. I appreciate it. So I'd like to begin by asking Speaker Johnson to say a few words, and I think then we're going to go to Michael Dell, David Solomon, we're going to go to Dara, and then to Chairman Smith. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, thank you so much for your bold, visionary leadership. It is the key to all of this great success that we are achieving. And the One Big Beautiful Bill, it is not an overstatement to say it will be one of the most consequential pieces of legislation in the history of Congress. There's a lot in here. And by extension, or I would say it is an extension of the figure who I believe will be the most consequential president of the modern era, if not all American history, and that's the gentleman sitting to my left. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you very much. That's a beautiful statement. Huh?
Well,
I like him too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's a statement of objective fact, and every working American understands, I think, the principle behind this concept that we're discussing today. If you have a 401k, you understand the power of investing early for the future. Trump accounts take that same principle, and they apply it from the very beginning of Americans' lives. It's a pretty simple concept. The families that opt in will receive a one-time payment of $1,000 to a Trump account that parents can contribute to. It's a bold, transformative policy that gives every eligible American child a financial head start from day one. Republicans are proud to be the party, we always have been, that supports life and families and prosperity and opportunity. And Trump accounts are all about setting up the next generation for success. For future Americans, this early investment could really be the game changer. It could be a difference. It could pave the way for paying their way through college or buying their first home or starting a business, even when they're young. So even $1,000 at birth will put these Americans in a better position than over half of American adults who sadly have no retirement savings at all. So this would be a remedy to that great problem. And it will encourage the free market. It will encourage investment and understanding of capitalism. All these things that we want to foster among the American people so that the economy and individual lives can flourish. Of course, none of this happens unless we pass our One Big Beautiful Bill through Congress. And we have at stake the largest tax increase in American history if we fail to deliver. And we will not have this rocket fuel to the U.S. economy, and that's why this is so very important. Passing this pro-growth legislation will help every single American. From Trump accounts, this is one of the components of it, to eliminating taxes on tips and overtime, to reducing red tape on Main Street. And the One Big Beautiful Bill is going to drive prosperity. It's going to create jobs across the country. It will make all boats rise. Wages will go up. Job participation levels will go up. We'll have more opportunity, more economic opportunity for more people. So you can climb up that ladder to the next step. The typical family with 2 children is going to see their take-home pay increase by up to $13,300 a year. That's real money to real people. This legislation is geared for hardworking Americans, and it is going to help everybody. And we are excited to deliver it. It can't happen soon enough. We are very close now to that finish line. After about 14 months worth of work that's gone into this, we're excited that we're almost there. Mr. President, thanks again for your leadership, to all the great leaders around this table for all that they invest to our economy and our country and its government. And I will, as we say in the House, I'll yield back.
Thank you very much, Mike. I appreciate it. And again, for a great job. Thank you very much. Michael? please.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. I believe this is an incredible moment for all of us here today, and it's wonderful to be with some of the leaders of the most successful companies in the world as we come together to invest in the future of our country. We see the Invest America Act and the establishment of these Trump accounts as a simple yet powerful way to transform lives. Decades of research have shown that giving children a financial head start profoundly impacts their long-term success. With these accounts, children will be much more likely to graduate from college, to start a business, to buy a home, and achieve lifelong financial stability. Dell Technologies is proud to be one of the very first companies to support the Invest America Act, a bill that provides every child with a $1,000 seed investment account at birth. This is a straightforward step with enduring benefits. Following your inspiring lead, Mr. President, Dell Technologies will match the government's contributions, dollar for every child born to a Dell team member. This isn't just a new benefit. This is an investment in our people, their families, our communities, and America's future. And it embodies our core belief that opportunity should begin at birth. My wife, Susan, and I, also through our family foundation, have been closely studying the Invest America Act. And assuming that it becomes law, we expect to make a very significant gift. We view this initiative as a powerful platform for philanthropic innovation aimed at helping children thrive wherever they come from, particularly those families who have been historically left behind. Mr. President, you articulated it perfectly. These Invest America accounts will give every new American child a genuine opportunity to participate in history's greatest engine of economic growth, the American economy. The funds in these accounts invested in American enterprise and innovation will grow over time into substantial nest eggs, providing support for education, home ownership, and starting families. The ability of families, friends, benefactors, and employers to match the government's generosity amplifies the life-changing potential of this initiative. Thank you, Mr. President, for your visionary leadership on this critical issue. These Invest America accounts will profoundly impact countless young Americans, ensuring they truly benefit from what Abraham Lincoln described as the right of every American, the right to rise. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. We really have come a long way since you came to see me about 6 months ago with your beautiful wife. We had a nice talk. I said, that sounds pretty good. Let's think about that. And it's everybody I've spoken to about it, they can't even believe it. And because of great politicians and political leaders like we have, I think this is going to go quickly, very well and very quickly. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. David Solomon, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm thrilled to be here with everyone and excited to participate in this important and timely discussion. I'd also like to acknowledge the efforts of so many in Congress on this very significant issue, and in particular the members here, and particularly the leadership of Senator Cruz and Representative Moore, who have played a big role in helping drive this forward. We also wouldn't be here today without the leadership of Brad Gerstner and Michael Dell in really having the vision, the energy, the passion, the commitment to help move this forward. So thank you both. There are many reasons why the United States has the largest and most dynamic and most innovative economy in the world. But one of the most important is the fact that our system of democratic capitalism incentivizes a culture that does not penalize people for taking risks. In fact, it incentivizes people to have a vision to go out and attract funding that's necessary to make their vision a reality. It is no mistake that many of the most important and innovative companies in the world today started in a parent's garage or on a college campus or in any one of a number of unlikely places in the United States. One of my worries is that our current and future generations of young people don't fully appreciate and aren't as educated as well as they can be on markets and capitalism. And while capitalism is not perfect, it helps fuel the American dream. This initiative gets at the core of binding those future generations to the benefits and the potential of America's great companies and markets. Early childhood investments have far-reaching benefits, and Goldman Sachs is proud to support this initiative. This is an exciting opportunity for public-private partnership and for both communities and companies to invest in young people, the future of America. Once we see the Invest in America Act signed into law, Goldman Sachs would be excited to further support this Invest in America initiative. We believe passionately in our capital markets. They're an enormous competitive strength for the United States, and we know that our economy's future vitality is dependent on young people understanding the power of investing for the long term and sharing in the benefits of ideas that bring value to the lives of people around the world. Thank you, Mr. President, for helping drive this forward, and I look forward to continued partnership on this effort.
Thank you very much, David. Dara, please. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Mr. President, for hosting us here today.
We're going to continue to monitor that event at the White House there. You just heard Goldman Sachs' CEO, David Solomon.
We'll finish off with that then. So I just thought I'd bring that to you, as that was a very important announcement. We're standing by, waiting to get further updates from China and also updates on what's happening with Los Angeles. But today's focus is Apple disappoints. You can see the stock price sold off the moment they started their WWDC event. And it's not really recovered since then either. Sorry, WWDC. WWDC, there you go, Developers Conference, I apologize. It's been a bit disappointing. However, it wasn't designed to bounce the stock. It wasn't designed to encourage investment in the stock. It was directly aimed at the developers. And a lot of developers have been frustrated with Apple not being able to integrate with them as much as they'd like, to be able to be more profitable and to be able to do great work and so on and so forth. But it's disappointed today. A lot of people are frustrated by it. And the question is, does it matter anymore? Well, the answer is no. Look at the stock market. Even though it's the #1 allocation on the S&P 500, so clearly it does matter, the stock can afford to go sideways and we still reach all-time highs. So it's not a good time to buy Apple, but it's a good time to buy Apple through the S&P because you're getting other stocks now leave it behind. So when it does fix itself, you'll get a boost in the S&P. If it doesn't fix itself and remains where it is, you're not going to lose out either. Of course, at some point, the allocation of the S&P might change towards Apple. It might be made smaller and it might lose its top spot on the S&P. Then it won't matter so much either way, even more it won't matter. So it's worth just thinking about that. Other companies are taking step and the S&P I think is broadening. But I'm going to bring you some of the headlines today. So Apple updates Xcode developer suite to include ChatGPT integration. We wanted to hear about AI future of Apple, and what we got was kind of what we were promised, really, the way it integrates and works with developers. Other than the liquid glass, I'll talk about that in a minute, but that's underwhelmed people and no one really cares. Even though it's quite clever, no one really cares. So the first thing is this. As part of its worldwide developer conference, Apple updated its suite of developer tools, Xcode, to include ChatGPT integration. That will help developers. The Foundation Model Frameworks joins a suite of tools that allow developers to tap into on-device intelligence, and Xcode 26 leverages large language models like ChatGPT, giving them access to Xcode's coding tools and other intelligent features. Apple said in a post on its website, developers can now connect large language models directly into their coding experience to write codes, test and documentation, iterate on a design, fix errors and more. Xcode is built in support of ChatGPT, and developers can use API keys from other providers or run local models on their Mac and Apple Silicon to choose the model that best suits their needs. Developers can start using ChatGPT in Xcode without needing to create an account, and subscribers can connect their accounts to access more requests. Now, all this is good. However, it's not done anything for the stock today, and people are disappointed, and they're selling it. Again, it's lack of understanding of what today's event was supposed to be about. This was a bit more exciting, but again, it hasn't really appealed to people. Apple's iOS 26 features liquid glass, further integrates ChatGPT. Apple has revealed what it calls the most substantial redesign ever to its operating system, with iOS 26 featuring liquid glass, which is expected to enhance the navigation experience. The company said today at its worldwide developer conference 2025. Today we are excited to announce our broadcast update, announce our broadest update ever. This is typical what Apple does. It's always the biggest, the best, the greatest, except people aren't really bothered about it. Quite simply, Apple's Vice President of Human Interface Design. We are introducing a universal design across all products, meticulously crafted by rethinking the fundamental element. I mean, essentially, I'm not going to go into all of this. It's just basically the apps, the icons blur themselves over the top, and it looks like it's glass. I mean, it's whatever. The point is, this is Apple doing what Apple does. I like Apple. I've got Apple products. I've got Apple Mac, iPads, iPhone. I mean, everything in the studio is Apple based. I love it. I've got no intention of changing, and I'm an investor. Obviously, I own the S&P. I own about. Actually, I'll do a little sum. Should we do a little sum? Let's go over to here, and we'll go. Let's do a little sum. I think it's just about, if we go $400,000, no, actually it's more than that. It's now $440,000 times by, is it 7%? I own just about $31,000 of Apple. There you go. Enough to get me a seat on the board. I'm only joking, of course. $31,000. So obviously, you know, I've got quite a bit invested in Apple when you think about it. But Apple is going back to what it does, focusing on design, simplicity, quality, rather than cutting edge innovation. So I think they've lost out a bit there, but the business isn't going anywhere. It's a bit like Coca-Cola. They're producing what they do. Maybe they haven't come up with anything new. Maybe it's disappointed everybody, but nevertheless, it's systems as usual, and business as usual, and everything's going to carry on. But the point is, and the why I'm featuring this, does it matter anymore? Well, it does if you buy the S&P, of course, because it's the top of the S&P. But look, the S&P is doing well because there are other sectors now that have been asleep for a number of years, while the Mag 7 has been leading, and now other elements of the Mag 7 are exploding, perhaps past Apple, and other sectors in the S&P are also doing stronger and better anyway. So for me, it's a bit frustrating. I'd love to have seen some great big announcement that would excite the world and take Apple up, because then we could have gone straight through an all-time high today. We're just sitting at an all-time high. We're just a teetering away of it. And I'm really quite excited about when it gets there. But I don't think it matters too much. I think Apple will just continue to do what they do, and other businesses will take over, and it won't matter too much as long as the stock doesn't suddenly drop. But I think it will just go sideways for a while until they can come up with something new or something powerful takes over. So anyway, there you go. That's my takeaway from what we got today. Now, I don't know. I had a rumor that Vaz and Sensei were going live after my show today on some really great news for the EVTOL space. However, guys, if you're watching, I'm watching in the chat as well, I don't see any events set up for you. So I'm assuming that's not going to happen unless you are in the process of doing it. So let me know. I don't see anything set up at the moment. Let me go over the comments and see what everyone is saying in the chat. Jay, alongside this, finance needs to be taught in school from a young age. Shame here in the UK, the curriculum is 50 years out of date and not fit for purpose. I do think that teaching people how to invest and so on is important. I think that's part of what that bill was today with Trump. Hello, friends. Terry Rose, how are you? Zachze, is Plug experiencing a short squeeze? Let's have a little look for you. We've got a bit of movement today in Plug Power. I certainly wouldn't be chasing this. It can go up as fast as it goes down and down as fast as it goes up. I wouldn't be paying any attention to this, but it's purely speculative gambling at this point, and it's very manipulated as well. Let's have a look. This is the news. I've got two bits of news here. Maybe I should cover this. Is it important enough? Let me have a look. Do we still rank on Plug? Let's have a little look. How many people want to know what's going on with Plug today? June the 4th. Plug Power live. Did I do a video on it? No. Walk away. No, it's not. No one's paying attention to this stock anymore. They were. When did I last do that? March, yeah. It's not really getting the attention anymore. Let me show you what it is. I won't make a video on it. I'll just talk about it now. I've got two bits of news for you I can share with you. Let's have a look. Number one, Plug Power jumps over 16% as CFO Middleton purchased additional 650,000 shares. I mean, that's not a story at all. That's whoop-de-doo. 600,000 shares. Wow. So he spent $1 million. That's nothing. Shares of Plug Power jumped 16% during afternoon trading on Tuesday. This was June the 9th. Hey? On Tuesdays. It's Monday today, isn't it? Yeah. This is out today, and they're saying it's Tuesday. This is why you always got to check things. Trading on Tuesday after company announced, they mean Monday, after the company announced Paul Middleton, chief CFO, has purchased an additional 650,000 shares. It really isn't anything to be concerned about. It's to get attention, and it's done that, but it can go straight back down again. On June the 9th, which is today, which is, of course, a Tuesday, apparently, Middleton acquired 650,000 shares at an average price of $1. Yeah, I mean, seriously. It's not even, it's 650 grand. It's nothing, is it? Earlier in May, Middleton purchased about 350,000. Yeah, this is nothing at all. The additional investment reflects my strong conviction in Plug's strategic and long. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. You're just trying to pump the stock. This is the sort of stuff you get with Plug. It's not conviction at all. It's nothing. Plug shares declined 50%. Yeah, that's nothing. I'm not even going to bother with that. This was out today. This is more interesting. Let's have a look at this. Plug Power allied green to expand partnership with new electrolyzer deal in Uzbekistan. Plug Power saying it is expanding its partnership with Allied Green Ammonia with a 2 electrolyzer opportunity tied to substantial fuel projects in Uzbekistan. Said its electrolyzer technology has been selected as the foundation of a new 5.5 billion green chemical production facility in Uzbekistan that will produce sustainable aviation fuel, green urea, and green diesel. The Uzbekistan project builds on Allied Green's 3G gigawatt electrolyzer commitment for its flagship green ammonia facility in Australia, which remains on track for a final investment decision by 2025. The Green Deal will be executed during the Tashkent International Investment Forum, where Plug President Sanjay Shrestha and Allied Green Managing Director Alfred Benedict will be on site for the official signing. I don't think that's a big deal at all. I tell you what, guys, I don't like this. This to me looks manipulation again. Let me just go back to the stock. That when you've been doing this long as I have, you notice things which look a bit like, let's promote the stock. The CFO, that's not a big number. Surprised it even made the news. And let me just see a minute. Population, Uzbekistan. How big is this deal? Let me just look into this. Population. How big is this country? 35 million. That's what I thought. 35 million. This is not a big deal. Yeah. I'm not so sure that's a great move chasing that. But you do what you feel's right. I certainly wouldn't. Let's see what happens. Let's see where it goes from here. I'll be interested to watch this. Yeah, I'm not so sure that's a good move. Thanks for bringing it to my attention, though, Jay. Hello, friends. Terry Rose, Zaxay, is Plug experiencing a short squeeze? 23% short. Possibly. What's the volume looking like? Let's have a look. The average volume is 150, 190. So it's a little over the average. So it does have a high volume because of the manipulation on this stock. It's ridiculous. It's one of the worst stocks you can own now. 117. No, I've just refreshed the screen. It's below, actually. It's below today's at the average volume. I'm just looking what it is. There you go. No, it's in fact, it's way below. Look at this. Here is the volume. No, it's way below. 150 is average. It's 117. So no, it's not a short squeeze either. This is just the CFO buying it, people noticing it's going out and buying it. It's not a short squeeze. I would not be chasing this. That story isn't much, but in fact, both stories aren't much. There you go. Terry Rose. Good afternoon, Stephen Lewandowski. 85. I am ready. But no event's been set up, Vaz. I thought you and Sensei were doing something. I don't see any events set up. Let me have a look. No, I don't see an event. I thought you two were doing an event together. Has there been a bit of a communication breakdown here? Let's have a look. Apple bought the dip. I wouldn't buy Apple. I'd buy it through the S&P. I think that's the best way of buying it. Yes, Monday. This is good news, everyone. What's good news? What is good news? Deep in the money. What about Plug? Hello, everyone. Deep in the money. But buy space. Literally go to the moon. We will stand on it. Are not doing it after. Yeah. I thought you and Sensei were going after hours, Vaz. They're saying Cali going to use Trump for riots, being questioned about the... Oh, is he... are we getting it now? Let me have a quick look. No, let's have a look over here. Is Trump... Yes, let's listen to what Trump's saying now.
And it'll be a great thing for China, a great thing for the rest of the world.
Are you willing to lift export controls when it comes to China? Did you give your negotiators any sort of limitation?
We're going to see. Look, China has been ripping off the United States for many years. Nobody charged them 10 cents. No president had the courage to charge China for whatever reason. They didn't want to do it. I took in hundreds of billions of dollars. I put on tariffs on China when I got in first term, and we took in hundreds of billions of dollars. And then I did it again, but I did it for a lot of others. If you look at the stats, The deficit last month was cut in half. Everybody was shocked. I wasn't shocked. I think a lot of the people at this table weren't, because they saw the billions of dollars that were pouring in, and the tariffs hadn't even started yet, just about. They were in cars. They were in some countries at a very minor level. And we cut the deficit in half. And it was a big story a couple of days ago. They said, I don't believe, one of the announcers on a business network went wild, said, I can't believe these numbers. Those numbers are good. The numbers are going to be very good. I think we're going to have a great 4 years. You know, we had the greatest economy in history during my 4 years. I think this one's going to blow it away. Yeah.
Mr. President,
Go ahead,
do you have a message for Greta Thunberg, and did she come up on your call with the Prime Minister today?
Well, she's a strange person. She's a young, angry person. I don't know if it's real anger. It's hard to believe, actually, but I saw what happened. She's certainly different. Anger management. I think she has to go to an anger management class.
Do you
That's
think
my primary recommendation for her.
Was she kidnapped by Israel, as she says? Was she kidnapped?
I find it. I think Israel has enough problems without kidnapping Greta Thunberg.
And secondly, are you going to
Is that what she said? She was kidnapped by Israel?
Say that. Yes, sir. Are you going to get rid of the Tesla and the Starlink service that you have here at the White House?
No, I haven't heard that. I mean, I may move the Tesla around a little bit, but I don't think we'll be doing that with Starlink. It's a good service.
Where are you going to move it to? Move it around. What do you mean?
I have a lot of locations.
Actually, about the Tesla.
I had so many locations that I don't know what to do with them all.
About the Tesla, did you ever see Elon Musk get physical with the Treasury Secretary?
No, I didn't.
And I tried to
They
ask...
did have an argument, but I didn't see I didn't see a lot of physicality there.
And there was this New York Times report that he did not want to talk about, Elon Musk, that alleged that he, towards the end of his time in the White House, was blurring the lines between recreational use of drugs and medicinal. Do you think he ever had drugs here at the White House?
I really don't know. I don't think so. I hope not. Look, I wish him well. You understand. We had a good relationship, and I just wish him well. Very well, actually. Yeah.
About aid in Gaza, you mentioned now the flotilla. Do you have a response at all about Israel intercepting this boat? And can you give us an update on what's happening to the entry of aid into Gaza right now? We've had people being shot by Israeli forces who are trying to get aid from the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. Yes.
Gaza right now is in the midst of a massive negotiation between us and Hamas and Israel, and Iran actually is involved. And we'll see what's going to happen with Gaza. We want to get the hostages back. That's all I can tell you. Yeah, please, in the back.
I can go back to California briefly. You had said yesterday when asked by reporters that it was not an insurrection taking place, but then on Truth Social a bit later, you'd said they were insurrectionists. After what you've seen
You're
now...
talking about in L.A.?
Yes, sir, in L.A.
I wouldn't call it quite an insurrection, but it could have led to an insurrection. I mean, that was a lot of harm that was going on last night. I watched it very closely. And it was amazing that the job that the National Guard did. And by the way, the police were working very hard also. But, you know, the police are given instructions to be politically correct. I said, no, you don't have to be politically correct. You have to do the job.
And on Elon Musk, do you plan to speak to him on the phone anytime soon? I know some...
Which one?
On Elon Musk, do you plan to speak to him on the phone anytime soon?
I haven't really thought about it, actually. I would imagine he wants to speak to me. I would think that. If I were him, I'd want to speak to me. And maybe he was already called. You'd have to ask him whether or not he's already called. But I'd have no problem with it.
If he calls you, pick up and speak to him?
Well, I don't want to say that, but I would imagine he'd want to talk to me.
You were supposed to get a counter proposal. You were supposed to get a counter proposal from Iran today. Have you gotten that proposal? And what is the main impediment?
We have a meeting with Iran on Thursday, so we're going to wait till Thursday.
And what's the main impediment to getting a deal?
Well, they're just asking for things that you can't do. They don't want to give up what they have to give up. You know what that is. They seek enrichment. We can't have enrichment. We want just the opposite. And so far, they're not there. I hate to say that, because the alternative is a very, very dire one, but they're not there. They have given us their thoughts on the deal, and I said, it's just not acceptable.
The main topic for Prime Minister Netanyahu today when you spoke?
I would say, yeah. I don't know what else. I can talk about the weather.
Well, you can talk about Lebanon also, sir.
Pretty much,
The Lebanon.
that's the main topic.
Lebanon is a
We
ceasefire
talked
in Lebanon.
about Lebanon
Yes.
also, yeah. We did.
What about Lebanon, sir?
Well, Lebanon's working very hard. They have a great new ambassador that I put there. Man, I know very well. He's very smart. I didn't even know he was Lebanese. And I said, why would you want Lebanon? He said, I was born there. I love it. I love the people. I said, it's very dangerous going to Lebanon. There are some ambassadorships that are wonderful. There are some that are dangerous. I said, Michel, his name is. It's a he, Michel, very elegant man. And I said, why would you want this? And he said, because I love my country and I love those people. I said, it's very dangerous. He goes, I don't care. This is not a man that lived on danger. He's a very successful man from here. And he wanted to be the ambassador despite probably a very dangerous situation he's going into. You see what's going on. But I had great respect for that. He loves that country. He loves it. He was born there. He loves the country.
Tesla is
You've got a big, beautiful parade coming up on Saturday.
We do.
What's your biggest expectations for that? Then I've got a second question in regards to Gavin Newsom. But go ahead and talk about the big, beautiful parade.
It's such a, thank you, Brian. It's such a, I think, important moment for this country. 2 weeks ago, I was calling people and back and forth with leaders, including President Putin, including French president, including lots of different people. And all of them said, we're celebrating victory in World War II. And I said, wow, isn't that amazing? We're the only one that wasn't celebrating, and we're the one that won the war. Now, Russia did help. They did lose 51 million people, in all fairness. People would say, oh, he's sticking up for Russia. No, they lost 51 million people. And, can't forget that. But France was celebrating. And, as you know, Hitler made a speech at the Eiffel Tower. But when I spoke to President Macron, he said, oh, we are celebrating the great victory of World War II. And I think that's great that he was doing it. But we're the one that won it, and we weren't celebrating. I said to myself, isn't that crazy? And I think it's time for us to celebrate a little bit. We've had a lot of victories. We won 2 world wars, and then we go out and change the name of the forts where we won the wars. You go out, we win world wars from Fort Robert E. Lee, from Fort Bragg. From
just want to fact
all
check.
The different
it's not
forts.
a
And what
fact
do? We change
that
the name of the
America
forts
won the
because
war.
we want to be
It was
politically correct.
The Allied powers,
So a lot of them we're
including
changing
the
back. You
United
probably
Kingdom,
noticed
Soviet Union,
Fort Bragg,
France, China,
others.
among others.
But
it wasn't America.
I think
who
it's
won
a
the
time to
Second World
celebrate
War.
our military.
It was
We've
the
rebuilt our
Allies,
military largely,
including the United Kingdom.
Little low on ammunition. That's because it goes out very fast to other countries, one in particular, but we'll get that back very quickly. But we have a military the likes of which nobody has. Nobody comes close. We have the best equipment in the world. We make the best equipment in the world. There's no military like our military. We showed that with ISIS. I was told by the television generals it would take 4 years to win, and we did it in 3 weeks. And it was headed by General Raisin Kane, who's now the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. He's great. Just left him. No, I think it's time that we celebrate. And I sort of have to laugh at these people. Well, you're going to spend a lot of money. A lot of that money is being paid for by me and people that make donations. I don't know if you know that. A lot of it won't even come out of the military. I think I can say that, Susie, right? We have people putting up money to do it. Not that it's necessary, because I think it's a great expenditure. We have many tanks. We have all sorts of new ones and very old ones, old from World War I and World War II. It's really a celebration of the Army. So the Army is a year older than the country. So next year we celebrate 250 years, but we're celebrating the Army on Flag Day. And it's not my birthday. It is my birthday, but I'm not celebrating my birthday. I'm celebrating Flag Day. It happens to be the same day, so I take a little heat. But Flag Day is the appropriate date. And we're celebrating 250 years of the Army, a great service. And remember, think of it. We won so much. We won World War I, World War II, so much else. And then we became politically correct. But I can only tell you that I was told that ISIS would take anywhere from 4 to 5 years. And we did it in 3 weeks. You were there, you watched, right? We have the greatest military in the world. Nobody can beat us. As long as we have our right leadership, nobody can beat us. If we have stupid people running it like you had in Afghanistan, when you look at that, first of all, Afghanistan should have been an easy victory as a war, but we were so sad the way we fought it, so ridiculous. We fight not to win, but we didn't used to be that way. And we're celebrating, because I think the day in Afghanistan was the saddest period of time in the history of our country. That was a Biden mess with bad generals like Milley and others. They were bad. They were incompetent generals. I know all the good ones and the bad ones. We got rid of most of the bad ones. But it was time to celebrate, and that's what we're doing. So it's on June 14th, and it's going to be a parade the likes of which I don't know if we've ever had a parade like that. It's going to be incredible. We have even though it's the Army, we have a lot of those Army airplanes flying over the top, and we have tanks all over the place, and we have thousands and thousands of soldiers going to bravely march down the streets. It's going to be a beautiful day, I think, and we're going to celebrate our country.
You spoke of leadership, and real quickly, speaking of Gavin Newsom, is he the right leader for California, considering how massive their economy is and all these U.S. investments coming in? Is he the right governor and leader for the future of California and for U.S. investments?
I don't think he is. I mean, I think he's done a terrible job. And, you know, he's a guy, I always got along with him. You look at his past statements about me. I was a great president. I always took care of California, you know, all that. But I'm just talking on results. You look, you know, he has the advantage of beautiful weather, maybe the best weather of any state when you think about it. Beautiful weather, beautiful ocean, beautiful everything. You have all the advantages, and he didn't take advantage of that. And he's let people come in by the millions who are overrunning your hospitals, your education system, and your police. Your police are being overrun. Look at what's happened. He should only be happy I sent in the military, because if I didn't send them in, you would have had a problem there, the likes of which we haven't seen in a long time. Yeah, please. Thank you, Brian, very much.
Supersonic flight.
Supersonic?
Yes, sir. I know you just signed an executive order on it. Do you want to see a supersonic Air Force One in the next 10 years or so?
Oh, well, I don't care too much about that, but I would like to see, you know, if you think about it, flight, the word flight's an interesting word, but it's probably the only category where we've actually gone backwards, because we used to have the Concorde, and we could fly to London, Brad, very quickly and nicely. And today it takes you 2 times and 3 times as long. It's the only thing where we've regressed. By the way, the Concorde, to my way of thinking, to this day, Michael, because you're very much into aesthetics, I know, but to this day was one of the most beautiful pieces of art I've ever seen. It was a piece of art, the beauty of the Concorde. It was the most beautiful plane, but it was you know, got you there in half the time. Now you spend a lot of time, and there's no reason for it. Because, you know, they have the sonic boom. It's not a huge problem, but they have the sonic boom thing pretty well figured out. The technology changes, the change in the skin, the change in weight, all of the other things. There's no reason why we shouldn't do great. So we are making it possible for them to do supersonic and get us back on the track. I mean, think of it, 30 years ago, we actually had planes that flew much faster than we do now. It took you half the time to get to a location. So we've regressed, and we're going to progress.
Mr. President, Mr. President?
Sort of an amazing thing, isn't it? We've gone backwards. On Wall Street, they haven't done that. If Goldman Sachs was like that, you wouldn't have Goldman Sachs anymore.
Mr. President, are you planning to deploy Marines? Are you planning to deploy Marines in California to address the situation in Los Angeles? Are you going to deploy Marines in California?
We'll see what happens. I mean, I think we have it very well under control. I think it would have been a very bad situation. It was heading in the wrong direction. It's now heading in the right direction. And we hope to have the support of Gavin, because Gavin's the big beneficiary as we straighten out his problems. I mean, his state is a mess. And I'd like to get somebody involved in the rail, because, look, personally, it should have never been built, because you can fly there for $2, and what are you doing? They're doing that. You could drive. You could do lots of different things. You know, if they did a study, if you gave every passenger the finest limousine service in the history of our world, the most expensive chauffeur-driven white glove limousine service back and forth, we would have saved billions of dollars as opposed to building this monstrosity that's going up. And I've never seen anything. You know, I've seen cost overruns. I'm a person, I've always done well on cost overruns. I don't have them. But I will tell you, I have never seen cost overruns. You see them where they're 20% more, 50%, 100% more. These are thousands of percent. Nobody even knows. They have no idea. And it was supposed to be from San Francisco to Los Angeles. Well, they just made it way outside of Los Angeles, where it's stopping in the middle of, I don't want to say nowhere, because I happen to like one of those little cities very much, but it's way short of the destination. And our government is saying, you know, why are we involved in this thing? It's been handled so badly before him, but he really blew it. So, you know, all right, one more question.
Speak to any of the discussions that were had there and the purpose of that retreat, your time at Camp David.
What?
Your time at Camp David, can you speak to what discussions were had there and the purpose of that retreat?
Well, I don't want to speak to discussions. I mean, I told you what we were there for a little bit. We had discussions on many topics. We had a group of people, a large group of people, including generals and admirals and lots of others. And all I can say is our country's in great shape. We're in great shape economically. The bill that Mike and Jason and all the people are working on is going to be, I think, amazing. I think it's going to be one of the most important pieces of legislation we've ever had in this country. It's going to do things that you wouldn't believe. We're going to, you know, I have a very simple phrase. We ran an election on very simple words: make America great again. That's what we're doing. We're making it great. We're making it safe. We're making it beautiful. And we're making it very wealthy again. You know, wealth is okay. You need wealth to take care of lots of other people. We have to make our country better. It has to heal from 4 years of abuse. Our country was abused badly by a very incompetent person and a group of people that weren't incompetent, but they were radical left lunatics. And they ran the country with an auto pen. And I hope that law enforcement's looking at that very seriously. That's like a takeover of our country in a certain way, because this guy had no idea what he was doing. You saw that during the debate. You saw that in other cases. I mean, he had no idea. I saw it years ago. By the way, 40 years ago, he had no. He was bad 40 years ago. We're not just talking about. And they always like to say age, but it's not age. I know people 88, 89, 92. Bernie Marcus, who just passed away, was 95. I spoke to him a year before. He was 100%. It's not age, it's something else. But whatever it is, you can't have that in this country. The damage he's done to this country is unbelievable. But the good news is we've got much of it fixed already, and the rest of it will happen. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
Well, there you have it. President Trump live at the White House.
Okay. We'll leave that just there. Thank you very much indeed for Bloomberg for providing that feed. We've got just 10 minutes to go, and then we're going to be going over to a special with Sensei and Vaz, and they're going to be talking about this. We brought you the EVTOL businesses, and as you can see, they are up today. All this sector is up 10.5%. This is all exploding right now. And we're going to have Sensei do charts. We're going to have some videos made from it. We're going to have Vaz on the call as well. Very, very interesting segment coming up tonight, so you want to make sure that you stick around for this one. We're going to go straight to it in about 11 minutes or so's time, just after the bell. So we're going to be looking at that. But it's a disappointing day today for Apple. The S&P is is up, and like I said to you, would get an all-time high Wednesday, 7 o'clock, just before we get the inflation figures. If you joined me on Sunday, you will know that I said to you that we would get. I did the opening bell for the futures at 7 p.m. Central Time on Sunday, and I said to you that we were likely to get 2 days of going sideways. I mean, we're up a bit, but sideways essentially, really. And then the all-time high would come Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Why? Because we'll get the news about China, there'll be rumors coming out today, but it's a 3-day conference. We won't get any color really until Wednesday. Tuesday we'll get a bit today, and it might start going up, but when it really breaks will be half an hour before the inflation report, because I think the inflation report will be good, and when it comes in good, the markets will rally on it. So if we get good news from China, and then we get good news on the inflation, which we will, all of that we will, because they can't have a bad deal. I mean, it has to be a good deal, and anything is better than what we've got now. So it has to be a catalyst to send the market upwards. We're going to hit an all-time high, and then we're going to push 10% up and go sideways. So there you go. That's what I'm expecting. That's what I'm investing in. But there it is. I mean, it might come earlier if there's a groundbreaking moment from Trump. He suddenly says the China deal is amazing, and we've just got everything we wanted, and China have just given everything away. I mean, you never know. It's possible, but I don't see that. But there could be something. It could come earlier, but either way, Tuesday is when I'm budgeting for it being up. So if we get any drops between now and then, you never know. I might just nibble a few more shares, but I doubt it. I'm fully invested. I don't really have any money left. I'm fully invested with all my cash, fully invested with all my margin. But in this sideways action, I've got 11 days before I get paid again. So I don't think I'm going to be buying any more, really, especially where we are now. Anyway, so there you go. We've got this event coming up in a few moments' time. Now, don't forget, today is the day, Monday every week, you get your training course on Discord. And it's a free service. We are giving you a full video training course. This is Series 1, Part 3 tonight. There it is. Oops-a-daisy. Hang on. There it is in the chat. If you get Discord, you click on this. We're giving you this free as part of the premium service. It's a free edition thing. If you go on to Discord, we've already made Discord as inexpensive as possible. Everybody else in our space charges $50 to $100. We charge $2.99. Why? Because I make money from investing. I don't need to charge hundreds of dollars for training programs. I make money from investing. So to prove that, we give it to you for $2.99, and then all you do is click purchase, and then you have it. Now we give you the training course for free. We could charge for that, but we don't. We give it to you for free. You can see there are 205 server subscribers. When you go on there, read this. A lot of people don't read it. 99% of you don't read it, and you just go join server. And all you do is all you see is the welcome page. That's all you see. What you need to do is read what it says, go down here and purchase it. It says it $2.99, and then we give you the training course for free. Then we also, for free, give you the one-on-one service as well. We answer your questions. Sensei and myself in the chat will answer your questions. All of that is free. In fact, I say it's free. It's not free. I pay Sensei to do this. I've got a deal for Sensei to do this, so it costs time and resources and money to get this done. So it's not free, but you can just get it without charge. All right? Okay. So if you want that, Part 3 is out today. Part 1 and 2, you can go and see. They live forever on Discord. You can go and see Part 1 and Part 2. You might want to get Part 3 today. It'll be out later on. So that is it from me. We've got 5 minutes to go before the bell goes, and then we're going to send you over to Sensei's and Vaz's special event. Now we're going to look at Plug. I said to you a few moments ago that Plug was a really, really bad idea. This is manipulation once again being played out. The CFO buying the amount of shares he's bought is absolutely nothing. You can see it's been going up all day, and now it's coming back down. And also the deal with, was it Kazakhstan or whatever it was? I can't remember the phrase, the country now. But a very small country, not a big deal. But they've made a big deal out of it. So I wouldn't be buying this at all. I think it's a very bad mistake. But then what do I know? The stock is just too manipulated to be messing around with it. Right, we've got 5 minutes to go. I think we've got a day and a bit before the market rallies. It's going to go up, no question about it. All-time high. It could come today, but I wouldn't be chasing the market now. You should already be in. Your position should already be done. You look like Tony De Niro. Who's Tony De Niro? Tony De Niro. Who's that, mate? JP, you never heard of him. The SEC Roundtable is also live now. Thank you very much indeed. We can't cover it all. Will the Fed be fired this week? No, you can't fire the Fed. This story that keeps going around. You cannot fire Jerome Powell. It's not happening. So don't worry about that. If you bought Tesla 2 shares short, you would have made 57% in 2 weeks. Well, not necessarily, of course, because only if you bought at the right time, sold at the right time, then pay the taxman 20%, and then what do you do on the way back up again? So there's more to it than that, I think. Anyway, I think we are good. I think we're good to go. We've got 3 minutes to go. We're watching the market. Let's see if... No, there's no bounce on Apple. It's had a very disappointing day. I think retail investors wanted to see it do well, and quite honestly, there was nothing there to excite anybody. I think everyone's got a bit frustrated, but there it is. Stu says they keep calling it protests. It's a riot, not a protest. Yeah. I've no idea what's going on in California. Well, I do know what's going on in California. I've been watching it. I'm watching people running around setting fire to cars. I mean, that's not how's that a peaceful protest? I've seen all these Waymos lined up on the road on fire. I mean, it's not great, is it? Why do people protest by setting fire to someone's car? I mean, setting fire to Waymo's car, how has that got anything to do with protesting about whatever it is you're protesting about? I believe it's immigration. But why would you set fire to Waymo's car? How is that helping anyone? It's an American business. Now got to spend money replacing the car, the pollution, the environmental impact, waste, dangerous, people get injured. I mean, why would you set fire to a car that is part of the American economy? I don't understand it. And then go, well, I'm upset about immigration. I mean, what? I mean, are you... I never understand these people. And then 9 times out of 10, you'll arrest somebody and they're not even involved in immigration. They just came along to have a riot. You're just talking rubbish, mate. You're talking rubbish. There you go. Iadores, thank you.
Iadores has become a member.
Thank you very much indeed. Welcome to the family. Lovely to have you here. I can now see all your comments and reply to all your comments on YouTube. You can now see all the members-only live streams, the members-only videos. You can chat when we're in members-only mode. You can request earnings. You can request stock reviews. You can get a free song on the music show on a Friday night. I'll engage with you on X. I'll engage with you on Instagram. Lots of perks and benefits that you get. Thank you for being part of the family. How do you feel about ZBCN? Very disappointed by everybody selling. I think it's terrible. I don't know. I put a lot of work in to really promote this for everybody. And everyone, the moment we did it, everyone dumped it. I don't know why. I don't think the Lucasades did. I don't think those that support the show did. I think it's just those disgusting, and I can't stand these people, disgusting human beings, if you can call them human beings. I just think if you're greedy and selfish and you lie, you're just a terrible person. On X, particularly on X, going around making thousands of little clips, little live streams, telling everyone to buy. They were paid to do it. And then the moment everyone did and it went up, they all dumped it. And then they used my event to dump it on. And I just think it was despicable. And now all those people have gone quiet. They're saying absolutely nothing again anymore. But the good side of it is you can now buy it cheap again. But again, you can't say it's cheap because we can't give it a valuation just yet. So it's just less expensive than it was before. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. The bell is gone. But yeah, people like that, I just can't stand it. I sit here all day, every day, making content to help people, All my reviews are right. My projections are right. My forecasts are right. My predictions, all of it are spot on. The moment we detect Virgin Galactic short squeeze, we jump on it. Everybody makes money. Then I do it for free. I'm not paid by anyone to promote Zebic or XRP. I don't own it. I don't benefit from it going up. I don't buy it to pump it to go up. I just help people. And those despicable people, they sit on X, they lie to everybody, they tell you it's the greatest thing. Well, they dump it. And what makes me sad is people actually follow it. They follow these people, and they're thousands. They follow them, and then they listen, and then they all lose their money. It's like with Roaring Kitty. Millions and millions of people watch Roaring Kitty, and 99.9% of everybody who followed Roaring Kitty lost their money. So why do people do it? Was it Raoul Paul? Was it Raoul Paul who brought out a crypto coin, millions of followers, and then he dropped it on everybody? Everyone's still follow him. I don't get it. It seems the more you con people, the more you lie to people, the more followers you get, and people just keep coming back. Stuff like that really upsets me. I can't stand it. Anyway, I just got more. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. The Lucasades did. They saw it as an opportunity to buy the dip. I totally agree. And if I was doing what was right for me, I would have bought the dip as well. Absolutely right. But I don't buy anything that I can't hold for 10 years. Same as last August in the UK, people peacefully protesting, then came all the idiots and smashed up Greggs and McDonald's. Yeah, exactly. Jay, exactly. People work at McDonald's. I mean, what benefit is it smashing up a business? And if you noticed as well, and this happens a lot, this happens a lot. When there's a peaceful protest, and then you get these terrible humans, I mean, awful, they come along and they use it as an opportunity to loot shops, right? Are they starving people who go in and steal some bread and food? No, never do that. You never see anyone running around with loaves of bread. No, they don't do that. They break in and they steal Reebok trainers. Nike trainers. They don't even need them. Why? It's just awful. And big screen TVs. I can't stand those people. Absolutely. I'd lock every single person up forever. Never let them out. If you use a protest to smash up a business, steal stuff out of the business, lock you in prison, throw away the key, and you can rot there. You don't even get fed. I don't care if people say that's not politically correct or that's a bit inhumane. I don't care. You chose to do it. You chose to use a protest to go and steal from some guy who runs a bit, or some lady or some business that runs a shop. You decided to steal TVs, trainers. You didn't need them. You just did it. Lock them in a prison. Throw away the key. Never let them out. Ever. Let them die there. There you go. You wouldn't do it again, will you? I can't. I mean, there's no reason for it. You don't see me. You don't find me down the local riot, smashing up windows and setting fire to cars. Normal people don't do it. So if you go and do it, lock them in prison, let them stay there for the rest of their lives. Yeah. Everybody keeps selling space. We need to build the rocket. It will not build itself. Read my mind. Everybody keeps selling space. I don't get what you mean there. And then they'll dump it again. Yeah, Tony, but it's ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't. This is my portfolio. Look what I do. Look what I do. I mean, I don't sell stocks. I started with $5,000. $5,000. I've now got, there you go, 394. I've got 330,000. Sorry. What am I talking about? $430,000 invested. Started with $5,000. I'm not selling anything. And if you look at my 1 year, look at that. $28,000. Over just about 70 grand I've made from the bottom of that trough to the top. I'm not selling anything. I'm not giving 20% to the tax man. I let all my stocks compound. So I don't pump and dump anything. Anyway, God save Martyn Lucas, man of wisdom, not bins. I'm the man of bins. Talking of which, I'll be doing the man of bins routine tomorrow, Tuesday. ZBCN. I guess dream sellers are doing great. Dream sellers. What's dream sellers are doing great? What's a dream seller? Do you think you will start selling XRP pens? Yeah, Sensei. Sensei's watching. Sensei, can we have some XRP pens? Yes, Brian, he answered you early with it. Yes, I did. I did that. But ZB isn't a meme coin. You've been listening to the song, right? Sorry, I didn't see it. There you go. Yes, mate. No problem. Some are, you're right. Sly Stone has passed away. Sylvester Sly Stone, eh? Sylvester, hang on a minute. Oh, American musician, songwriter, Sly Stone. I thought Sylvester Stallone. Right, Sly Stone, an American music and a writer, pioneering, what was this known for? Front man of Sly, Family Stone. I don't recognize any of his songs, do I? Thank you very much, Mike, for letting me know. Thank you very much for letting me know. I really thought for a minute Sylvester Stallone had died. I thought, no way. Thank you, Mike, for letting me know. I appreciate it. Sometimes I do tributes to certain artists. Zebek listed in Coinbase. When? When is Zebek going to be listed in Coinbase? We haven't got a date. We just showed... Did you read the newsletter? You got a 7-day free trial for that. We explain it all in detail. So I'll give you the newsletter here. There is the link to the newsletter. All right. Now then, I'm just going to say, if I haven't delivered to my normal standard today, I'm running on fumes. Me and Leah were up all night last night. There was huge storms in our area. Just down the road, there were baseball-sized hail. That goes through your roof. That goes through the roof. And I mean through the roof. We didn't have that. We were just a few miles away, but we had tornadoes on the ground. We had a terrifying storm last night. Me and Leah were hankered down in our safe zone last night, and I'm a little bit tired today. So I haven't slept all night, so I'm a little bit not on my A game today. I was planning on doing all kinds of things that I didn't do. We're getting back onto our normal run of things, and it's nice to be able to do it, but I am a little bit tired today as we were up all night. Leah gets really upset with the storms. We had one thunderclap, and the house shook like an earthquake. The house rocked like that. I am not kidding you. And I obviously I've got my home in Cornwall, England. I thought I knew what storms were until I came to Tornado Alley in America. Now I know I've been in Hurricane Irma, one of the biggest hurricanes in history. We were saved by the American Army surrounded by rubble. So I know what real hurricanes are, folks. You know, I've also been to Phuket, where a week after when the tsunamis were there, and I saw up to the top of the buildings where the water line was. So I know what real storms are. And last night wasn't Hurricane Irma, but it was extremely serious. And if you get a tornado land on your house, this studio is all over the road. And me and Leah are covered in rubble. So it's no joke. It was here again last night. It's pretty scary. But I didn't realize what this was until I came to America, because we have hail in England, like little pea, like rice-sized hail. So you think, well, hail's all right. Yeah, it is in England, But hail in America, in Tornado Alley, baseball size. That comes out of the sky. It goes like you see in the movies. It goes straight through your roof. It'll kill you. It's not. It smashes everything. It's like missiles. It's not a joke. And the tornadoes are real. When they land on your house, you see it on the news. They put a pathway through and just mow it all down. So it's a real deal. It's no joke. So anyway. The small business end up losing their stores and need to close up permanently as well. I didn't know that, Stu, but I'm not surprised. You can't just keep going claim on insurance. You know, you can't just keep... I mean, I totally agree. I totally agree. I think it's awful, these disgusting people. And also what I don't like as well is animals get a really bad rap. People go, oh, they're just animals. Animals don't behave like that. Animals don't do that. Animals would go and kill because they're hungry. They don't just go and kill. Well, some people say, yeah, some animals do. Yeah, there are some spiders and there are some species of monkey that actually does go and murder like humans does. But yeah, most animals just don't go around killing for the sake of it. But you are right. I mean, someone's going to go, well, actually, this animal does and that animal does. But the point is, I think it's always terrible when we say they're behaving like animals. Animals have instincts and do, we have a brain. We can choose, we can make a decision that we're going to go into a shop and steal stuff. And I just got no time. I would absolutely lock people up. 100%. No question about it. And I'd say I don't care. Just going to let you there. The small business end up losing. They do. I don't like how they are. I don't like how they are full-blown Mexican flag everywhere. Have some respect for your country you're in. I can't comment about individuals. I don't know about that. Jordan's Martyn for Prime Minister. Well, there was once a path to that. You mentioned space the same second I wrote it. Aha. Snake oil salesman. What does that mean? Yanny boy. Snake oil salesmans. What's that? Who's a snake oil salesman? Are you trolling my channel or what are you talking about? I'm not selling anybody anything. He was a funk rock artist. Thank you, Kelvin. Glad you're okay. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Glad you're safe. Yeah, it gets a bit silly because I keep saying it. It's like, nobody wants to keep saying. Nobody wants to keep saying, I'm in a disaster, because it's like you're getting attention. But unfortunately, this time of the year until the end of July, every year, it's tornado season where I live. And it's getting worse. So in another month, I won't mention tornadoes and hail again until next February, March. No, April, May. Yeah, until next April, May. And then I'll be doing it again. So there's been about 3 instances this year when we've had close misses. And I hate saying it because people go, oh, here he goes again. He's talking about his tornadoes again. But just, unfortunately, it happens. Yes, glad you're safe. You wasn't affected. You created a ringtone today. Oh, God. Don't even start me on the bloody ring. I did create a ringtone. You're right. I did create a ringtone, Maria Bowles. What a disaster that was. What an absolute disaster that was. I had the Amish put a metal roof on our house. It's solid. I don't know why we don't do that. I said to Leah, why don't we put a metal roof on? Why do we not have metal roofs? I don't understand it. We got it directly by a tornado 3 weeks ago. Storm coming tonight. Oh, dear. Whereabouts are you, Song for Space? I live in Cornwall too. So you know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? By Cornwall. We don't get tornadoes. We've had tornadoes in the English Channel between England and Wales. I've seen one, like a water spout. We've had a tornado. We get earthquakes, but they're very small. The house rumble, you can hear the rumble, but whatever. But not like it is here. Same here. I feel like a zombie. But powering through. So I sleep tonight. The lightning show was nuts. Oh, Amina, Are you near me? Amina, are you near me then? Are you in near Dallas? Are you watching the tornadoes and stuff like that? I went through Irma too. Yes, you did. Hurricane Irma came to Florida as well. It was very small when it got to Florida, though. Don't try and... talking about people milking it. Stephen Lewandowski, he's milking it. He's milking it. When it came to Florida, it wasn't a disaster like it was. I mean, it was bad. But it wasn't 245-mile-an-hour winds like in St. Martin. Don't milk it, Stephen Lewandowski. Don't milk it. Dream sellers. I know you asked me what... Yeah, what are dream sellers? Dream sellers. I know. You asked me what dream sellers is. But you're not answering it. You're just saying dream sellers again. We are ready. Okay, we've got the show ready to go. Sensei and Vaz are waiting to go live. Metal roofs still dent and have damage, which is worse to replace than shingles. And costs more. That's probably why then. No, we're getting rain, and more rain, says Brian. I dropped my house home insurance. I was quoted over 12 grand per year to insure my house. Oh my God. Texarkana. Oh, hello. Hello, Amina. Amina's just down the road from me. Nice to meet you, Amina. Good to see you. Oh my God, here he is. We're starting to see more tornadoes in our area. Welcome to climate change. Christopher Marantet, how are you, mate? I want to have a meeting with you. That's my mate. He built Live Streamer Cafe. Here he is, my mate, Christopher Marantet. How are you, mate? How's your lovely family? How's your daughter? A snake oil salesman. Oh, dream sellers. Oh, I see. But who's a snake oil salesman? Who's a dream seller? I don't know who that is. I put it into context. It was when you were talking about the ex-influencers like Roaring Kitty. Yeah. We live in a selfish world where people just do stuff for other people, do stuff for themselves. I can't stand it. It's like poison. I feel it. And what I do, I don't just moan about it, right? Obviously I do. I'm moaning about it right now, okay? I moan about it. But what I do is if I'm going to moan about it, I will do everything I can to show you. Don't just say it, but I show you I do the opposite. That's why I spent a week promoting Zebic, promoting XRP, recording those songs, doing all of that. I don't buy it. I show you my portfolio. This is my real money. There's no point just saying it because then you're as bad as the other idiots that say stuff. You've got to show people what you're doing. And that's what I try to do. Anyway, I dropped my home insurance, so I was a little nervous. Yeah, I know what you feel like, Amina. We got hammered. Yeah, all right. I mean, here you go. I've got to go because Vaz and Sensei are waiting online for their show. Let me just tell you, right? This is the God's honest truth, right? My house in England, my house insurance in England is £210 a year. A year. That's about $260 a year for the contents, the building, replace it, yada, 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 everything, right? $250, $260 a year. A year. House insurance, this house where we are in Texas, it's something like about $7,000 or $8,000 because of these storms. It is ridiculous. Car insurance. We pay $300, $400, $500 a month for car insurance. Guess how much I don't have a car in England anymore. Obviously, I live here. But when I used to live in England, my car insurance was about $250 a year. It is so insane what you pay for insurance in America. It is mind-blowing. Property taxes. In England, I've got my house, I pay council tax. I pay about £1,500, which is about $1,800 a year. You call that property tax in the United States. This house This house in here is about, I think it's about $7,000 a year. Honestly, you've got to be a millionaire just to pay for your property taxes, pay for your house insurance and your car insurance. You've got to be a millionaire. Forget your mortgage, forget your food. It's ridiculous. Honestly, they say come to America, it's cheap. It's ridiculous. It's the highest insurance I've ever seen in my life. I remember when I first came in and bought a car and I got insurance and I went, oh, $200, that's not bad. And someone went, that's a month, mate. I said, what do you mean that's a month? How could it be a month? I've never had a crash. I've got an advanced driving license. I've got an advanced motorcycle license. I even have a HGV truck license. I'm a safe driver. I've had proper training. How can my car lives in a garage? I don't go anywhere. How can you ask for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a year? I just buy a new car every year. Just buy a car, no insurance, and dump it. It's stupid. Oh my God, my insurance is $100 a month. It's ridiculous. And that's low, isn't it, Mike? It's ridiculous. Thank you. Not fair. I hate paying insurance for anything. Yeah. Wasn't talking about mortgages. I haven't got one. I call it a scam. Yeah. Freaking all a scam. Yeah. I call that broken. Sorry to say. That's ridiculous. CNBC 700 Marines going to LA war zone. Oh, I just want to say that. Sorry, Sensei, they're waiting to go. Donald Trump says, I can end the war in 5 minutes, in 1 hour. We all know that didn't happen. I'll end the war in 100 days. That didn't happen. I'll end the war in 2 months. That didn't happen. It would never have started. A war would never have started. Well, guess what? There's basically a war happening right now in California. Well, there is. The army is out on the streets, all right? There's a war happening in flipping California. Just saying, Mike's driving a good car as demerits on driver's license. That's why I hate them both. Now my blood pressure has gone up. Only Geico. I hate my insurance. Martyn, can I get Discord? Martyn, I can get into Discord. How can I fix it? Discord is completely does it all by itself. All right. All you got to do is because you haven't signed up. All right. You got to pay $2.99. It does explain it, but no one ever reads it. Right. There's the link. Click on that link there, and Discord will work for you. You just got to do what it says, but no one ever reads it. One last time. I've got to go. The lads are waiting. Look, go on here. It says premium subscribers only. Nobody reads it. They click on this when it says premium subscribers only. Subscribe here. Click this. All you got to do is click this for $2.99. I give you all of the training courses for free. We just added it to it. All right. You got to verify your email, all the normal stuff. Right, guys, we got to go. Sensei has got a special with Vaz. Let me set this up. Well, it's already set up. Duplicate. Let me send you there now. They're going. Come on. We're waiting to go here. Right, here we go. Here's the event. Oh, they got it set for 6 minutes. You said you were ready. Flipping 6 minutes. 6 minutes, they said. We are ready. It says 6 minutes. Look, I'm getting told off here by Vaz and Sensei. We're getting ready to go. 6 minutes. Look at that. 6 minutes to go. Right, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you... I've got a second win now. I'm annoyed now. I'm fired up. I'm fired up by rioters, people that steal TVs. I'm fired up by stuff. I'm fired up by insurance. I'm annoyed. Right, here's the link, the phone-in link. Sensei, Vaz, call in. Tell me how great your show is. Call in right now. Interview 1. Here it is. There you go. Fill the spots right now. Sensei, Vaz, if you're ready to go, you should be able to call in. So call in now. Sensei's going. I said we can change the time. No, you didn't. I'm ignoring that. Yeah, I'm fired up. I am. Yeah, Mike's fired up. Right, we're waiting for Sensei and Vaz because I'm going to have a go at them. I'm in a mood now. All right, they're going to tell us. They're going to think I'm not phoning in. There's no way I'm phoning in. Phone in. That's an order. Phone in or you're fired. Okay, maybe I've gone a bit too far. Maybe I've gone a bit over the top. Maybe I have. Can I go? I'm allowed, aren't I? I'm allowed. Right. Guest number 1, guest number 2. These little spots here. Does that work? Yeah, like that. Guest number 1, guest number 2. All right. I'm waiting for them to call in. Whenever you call the military, it's a war. Exactly. It's a war. There's a bloody war going on. I could end the wars in 5 minutes. There's no wars under my watch. Well, neither of those things happened. Right, anyway. Stop squeezing space. Fire me up. Let's build this. Yeah, stop squeezing space. Fire me up. Let's build the rocket. Why do you keep wanting it to go down? I don't get it. Mike, frickin' whole world is frickin' mess. Mike said, where's the frickin' mess? I'm always grouchy around property tax season. Grouchy is being nice. I agree. Oh, I'm sick of it. I'm bloody sick of it. I am sick of it. In England, people say, when you get old, you become a miserable old man. Yep, I am. I'm 56 years of age. I am now a miserable old man. Sensei's chickened out, but Vaz hasn't. Vaz says, bugger it, I'll call in. Here he is. Hello, Vaz.
Yeah, Martin.
Hello, mate. How are you? Tread careful. Tread careful. Tread careful.
Good. We are ready to go, Martin, I think.
Are you ready to go now? Are you sure? Yeah. Why isn't Sensei calling in? Is it just you?
Because if he calls in, they will throw all his settings and everything.
Will it?
And he would have to set up the scenes. And, well, we don't want to chance it, Martin. We don't know. We don't want to chance it.
Well, how can you manage it? How can I manage it?
Well, you tell us.
Yeah, I don't know. Sensei's not calling in because it messes up his scenes. What's he on about? What a lot of rubbish. He's got the same system as me, Ecamm Live. Just pick the camera, just pick scene with a camera on it and call it. What's he on about? Rubbish. Oi, Sensei, go on. You're making Vaz look bad. There's like a spot here. There's like an empty spot. It looks silly. It's like out of balance, out of kilter. I want you to come in and tell everybody how great your show's going to be. It's going to be a great show, isn't it, Vaz? It's going to be a great show.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, Martin.
Brilliant. I'm sold. I'm sold on that. Brilliant. I signed up Sunday and I'm a member. I signed up and I'm a member now, says Vidura. You are? You are a member on Discord, are you? You're not a member on YouTube. Just make sure, there's a difference. Holy crap, that's expensive. Alex, you got no idea, mate. Yeah, America's mental. I'm grouchy now as well. There you go. Mike's angry. Come on. Who put 50p in Martin? I did it myself. Hell yeah, I'm a miserable old man and I love it. I'm miserable. Is Sensei going to call in? Is he going to call in? Bloody bugger me. I don't think he's going to call. Huh?
I don't think he will.
You don't think he is? All right. It's just you then, Vaz. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use you. I'm going to move you to interview 1. There's better. Look at that. Just me and you, Vaz. I'm going to zoom out a little bit because you've got a slightly bigger head than me. Don't know why that. There you go. We should be even. Now we're even. Vaz, we're all going to go to a special show with you and Sensei, even though Sensei couldn't be bothered to call in. What's it all about? What we're going to hear about, Vaz?
We're going to hear about some news. New order signed by Donald Trump on Friday.
Good.
And it's affecting the aerospace, the North American or US aerospace.
Yeah.
It's namely affecting the eVTOL companies we are following as well. So we will be looking into charts as well. Sensei is going to give you some important investors insight and traders insights as well.
Brilliant.
And yeah, I'm there to support it with fundamentals and facts.
And fundamentals and facts, we like it. Congratulations on your you taking part in the Spaces the other day. Brilliant. If anyone hasn't checked that out, go on to here's my X account. Go to my X. You'll see who I'm following. I'm only following 3 people. The other me, which is the musical me, I am Sensei and Vaz. Go and follow us all. But go on my page or Vaz's page, you will see his Spaces and you have a listen. And Vaz was a guest speaker on the one of the lead guest speakers, that is, on the event. And he gave a great account and did us all proud. Well done, Vaz. And I believe you're flying out to Paris. Is that right? For the air show?
Yes, I am. I'm still waiting for the media pass or the press pass. If I'm getting one,
good luck for that.
If I'm not getting one, I'll be there end of the week. If I'm getting one, I'll be there pretty much all week. So
amazing.
Let's see.
Amazing. Do you know where you're going to stay yet? Any ideas where you'll stay?
No. I'm still waiting for the pass.
You'll just go. I love it. You're going by the seat of your pants. You see, you're just going to go, land and go, where am I staying tonight? I don't know. I'll find that out.
Look, I've got a sleeping bag. I've got
That's all you need.
a tent.
That's all
I've got
you
a
need.
tent, and I've got a flask. So
you're set.
I'm set.
I love it. Brilliant. I love it. We can't wait. Okay, we're going to send everybody over now to Vaz and Sensei. I know everyone's going, well, where's Sensei? You know, he's being a prima donna. Apparently, it messes up his settings, right? So, but we're going to send you all over there now. So I'll see you back in the morning. I'm going to go and get some sleep. It was bloody horrible last night. I know you're thinking, well, you seem wide awake to me. This is me running on fumes. All right. Okay. Have a great show, Vaz. Thank you very much for being here. The link is in the chat. I'll give it to you again in case you don't see the pin. It will automatically take you there as well. Let me just click on that. There it is. All right. Now, what I want you to do, I want you to go and annoy Sensei. Be nice to Vaz, because Vaz was nice. Let's be honest. Vaz was really nice, wasn't he? He called in, took the time, he called in. Sensei didn't. He's getting too big for his boots these days. I'm finding these little idiosyncrasies popping up all over the place. So when I send you over to Sensei now, right, I want you to give him a hard time. I want you to go, Sensei, Martyn sent me, and don't be so lazy. Right? Put in the chat, Martyn sent me, and don't be so lazy. Be nice to Vaz. Vaz is nice. We like Vaz. But today, we don't like Sensei so much today, do we? Lazy, all right?
I was going to write annoy him.
Huh? That will
That's
annoy
going
him.
to write annoy him. And I'm going to have to stay for the rest of the show with him. You know how mad is he going to be?
Brilliant. Great. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Did you see how my show got ruined this morning by Alex trying to set up flipping ringtones? Go on. He comes on and goes, he actually phones in the show and goes, Martyn, this is what you got to do. You got to go on a YouTube video. I went, what do you mean, girl? You download the video, convert it into... I said, I've already got the audio file I've mixed in my recording studio. No, that's not how you do it. What do you mean that's not... Go on to one of your videos, download the video, what are you talking about? I had a right old ding-dong with him this morning. Just trying to help Jerry and Elber I was. That's what happens when you try to be nice to people. Right, that's it. We got to go. Everyone's excited. Everyone's loving it. Don't tempt me with a good time. I'm so close to calling a realtor. Yeah, Amina, I know what's going on. Right, I'm out of here. Vaz, we're going to come and join you now. So let's everybody click on the link, stay where you are, go there, enjoy a great show. Until next time, take care of yourselves.
And each other.
Ta-ra for now.